This audiobook reveals the timeless truth. Your mind holds the power to bend the universe to your will. As you listen, you'll uncover how every thought shapes your reality, unlocking the cosmic secrets to transform your life. The journey begins within. Your mind bends the universe. Introduction. In the depths of your consciousness lies a power greater than any force in the physical world, the ability to shape reality through the divine instrument of your mind. As surely as the sun rises each day, your thoughts cast shadows or light upon the canvas of your existence. This truth, whispered through the corridors of time, reveals itself to those who venture within. Your mind stands as both creator and curator of your experience, fashioning each moment through the intricate weaving of belief and expectation. Like a master artist before an empty canvas, you hold the brush of consciousness, painting your reality with every thought you nurture. The ancient ones understood this sacred knowledge, that the outer world mirrors the inner landscape of your mind with perfect precision. Through the ages, mystics and sages have guarded this wisdom. Your thoughts are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universal mind. Each belief you hold takes root, growing into the circumstances and experiences that fill your days. The power to transform your life rests not in the distant stars or hidden temples, but in the sacred chamber of your own consciousness. Now, as you embrace this timeless truth, take a moment to enter the temple of your mind. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Watch your thoughts as they flow like a gentle stream. Notice which thoughts bring light and which cast shadows. Observe the beliefs that have taken root in your garden of consciousness. Which ones nourish your dreams? Which ones need to be transformed? Let this awareness guide you toward cultivating thoughts that align with your highest vision. This simple practice, passed down through generations of wisdom keepers, holds the power to reshape your reality. As you tend to your mental garden with care and intention, you unlock the doorway to infinite possibility. Part 1. Uncovering the hidden power within. Chapter 1. The Mind as the Cosmic Alchemist. In the heart of an ancient village lived a blacksmith whose forge burned with an unusual flame. While other craftsmen shaped mere metal, this artisan understood a deeper truth, that the fire of transformation began within. Each morning as he approached his anvil, his thoughts scattered like sparks, wild and untamed. His tools, though skillfully crafted, failed to manifest their legendary potential until he learned to master the fire of his mind. Through countless dawns and dusks, the blacksmith discovered that his greatest work emerged not from the strength of his arms, but from the focus of his thoughts. When his mind burned clear and bright, his creations possessed a power that transformed the village's fortune. Yet when his thoughts wavered, even his finest pieces remained ordinary metal. Your mind holds this same creative fire. Each thought you generate carries the heat of potential, waiting to be shaped into reality. Like the blacksmith's forge, your consciousness must be tended with precision and care. When your thoughts burn wild and unfocused, their energy disperses without purpose. But when you learn to direct this mental flame with clarity and intention, you forge the very substance of your experience. Let us turn to another tale, one of a wanderer who came upon a barren wasteland. Where others saw only desolation, this traveler perceived possibility. Each day, he sat in perfect stillness, holding in his mind an image of abundance. Through unwavering focus, he directed the energy of his thoughts into the lifeless soil. Gradually, as his mental picture grew stronger, green shoots emerged from the earth. His sustained intention transformed the wasteland into a flourishing oasis. This wanderer's journey mirrors your own. The circumstances of your life respond to the energy you direct toward them. Like the barren land, areas of your experience that seem fixed or lifeless can be transformed through the focused power of your thoughts. Now take up your pen, the tool of manifestation. Write down one clear intention, a single purpose you wish to bring into form. Let your words capture the essence of your desire with precision. Over the coming week, return to this written intention daily. Feel its energy in your mind. Shape it with your thoughts, as the blacksmith shapes metal with his hammer. Watch as the heat of your focused attention begins to forge new possibilities in the workshop of reality. Chapter 2. Belief, the bedrock of creation. In a village snuggled among ancient hills lived a young girl whose words carried an unseen force. Each morning as she tended her grandmother's herb garden, she would speak to the plants. Some thrived under her gentle encouragement, while others withered when she doubted their strength. Yet she remained unaware of the power flowing through her words. As seasons passed, her grandmother, keeper of the old wisdom, observed how the child's beliefs shaped not just the garden, but the very fabric of life around her. When the girl believed she could ease pain, cuts and bruises healed swiftly under her touch. When doubt clouded her mind, even simple remedies lost their potency. You too possess this same creative force. Every belief you hold shapes the reality you experience, acting as the foundation upon which your life unfolds. These beliefs, whether inherited from those who came before or chosen through your own experience, form the lens through which you perceive and interact with the world. Some beliefs settle into your consciousness like seeds carried on the wind, planted by family, society, and circumstance. Others you cultivate deliberately, choosing which thoughts to nurture and which to transform. Each one becomes a thread in the tapestry of your experience, weaving patterns that either limit or liberate. In another village, fear had taken root like a poisonous vine, choking the spirits of all who dwelled there. A wise man arrived carrying no weapons or medicines, only an unshakable belief in human potential. Day by day he showed the villagers their own strength, reflecting back to them a truth they had forgotten. As their beliefs shifted from fear to power, the village transformed, not through any external change, but through the internal revolution of renewed faith in themselves. This tale mirrors the choice before you now. Take your journal and inscribe upon its pages your deepest beliefs about success, love, and your own worth. Let each belief rise to the surface of your consciousness, acknowledging both those that empower and those that constrain. Examine them as a gardener inspects their plants, discerning which require nurturing and which must be gently uprooted to make space for new growth. Now select one limiting belief that has cast shadows across your path. Write it clearly, then beneath it, craft a new belief that opens doors rather than closes them. Hold both in your mind, feeling the weight and texture of each. Notice how they resonate differently in your body and your spirit. Choose consciously which you will water with your attention, which you will allow to grow and bear fruit in the garden of your life. Chapter 3. The Great Universal Mirror. In the mountains of a distant land, a monk wandered in search of truth. One morning, as dawn painted the sky in gentle hues, he discovered an ancient shrine housing a mirror unlike any other. Those who gazed into its surface saw not their physical reflection, but the manifestation of their innermost thoughts, their fears, dreams, and hidden beliefs shimmering like ripples on still water. The mirror revealed to each seeker what dwelled within their mind. A merchant saw not his face, but his constant worries about scarcity. A young mother beheld not her features, but her endless love for her children. A warrior glimpsed not his battle-worn visage, but his internal struggle between courage and fear. Life operates as this magical mirror, perpetually reflecting back to you the energy and focus of your mind. Each circumstance you encounter, each relationship you forge, each challenge you face, these are not random occurrences but reflections of your internal landscape. The universe responds with perfect precision to the thoughts you hold most dear, the beliefs you nurture most consistently. In a prosperous kingdom of old, a newly crowned queen inherited a realm plagued by drought and despair. While her advisors spoke of curses and ill fortune, she understood a deeper truth. Each morning she would stand before her mirror, not to adjust her crown, but to examine and transform her thoughts. As she shifted from seeing scarcity to envisioning abundance, from fearing failure to expecting success, the kingdom began to change. First came small shifts, renewed hope in the eyes of her subjects, increased cooperation among the guilds. Then larger transformations followed, innovative solutions to old problems, unexpected alliances with neighboring lands. The queen had discovered that to change her kingdom, she first needed to change herself. Your life reflects your predominant thoughts and beliefs with the same unwavering accuracy as the monk's magical mirror. When you encounter situations that challenge or upset you, these moments serve as mirrors revealing what requires transformation within. Every reaction, every emotion, every outcome provides insight into your internal state. Take a moment now to enter a state of quiet contemplation. Close your eyes and bring to mind a current situation in your life that stirs strong emotions. See it as clearly as the surface of the monk's mirror. What thoughts and beliefs does this reflection reveal? What aspects of yourself are being shown to you through this circumstance? Breathe deeply and allow the wisdom of the mirror to speak. Notice what shifts within you are being called for, what internal changes would transform the reflection you see. Like the queen who changed her kingdom by first changing herself, you hold the power to transform your reality by shifting your inner landscape. Chapter 4. Vibrations and the Frequencies of the Mind. In the ancient kingdom of Harmonious lived a musician named Ether, whose melodies carried power beyond mere sound. As he played his stringed instrument beneath the great sky, his music would stir not only the hearts of those who listened, but the very fabric of nature itself. When his songs rang with joy, flowers would bloom out of season. When his melodies carried peace, warring birds would nest together in harmony. You see, Ether had discovered what the wise ones of old knew, that everything in existence vibrates at its own frequency. Just as his instrument strings created different notes through varying vibrations, your thoughts and emotions emit specific frequencies that ripple through the universe. Each thought you hold resonates at a unique vibration. Thoughts of lack vibrate at a lower frequency, while thoughts of abundance pulse at a higher one. Like tracts like in the grand symphony of existence, your dominant vibrational state draws to you experiences of matching frequency. Consider how a tuning fork, when struck, causes another tuning fork of the same frequency to vibrate in response, even from across the room. Your thoughts operate by this same principle, sending out vibrations that the universe mirrors back to you with perfect precision. In the valley of resonance dwelled a people who had forgotten their song. Their thoughts of scarcity and fear created a low, discordant hum that manifested as failed crops and dwindling trade. Yet among them rose a wise woman who understood the power of vibration. She taught them to gather each morning and focus on gratitude, to sing songs of abundance, to dance with joy despite their circumstances. Day by day, their collective vibration shifted. Their thoughts of appreciation created a new frequency, and slowly, their reality transformed to match it. Springs that had run dry began to flow again. Seeds that wouldn't sprout burst into life. The valley's vibration had risen, and abundance followed naturally in its wake. This ancient wisdom speaks to you now. Your vibrational frequency shapes your experience. When you maintain thoughts of joy, peace, and abundance, you attract circumstances that match these higher frequencies. When worry and doubt cloud your mind, these lower vibrations draw matching experiences into your life. To align yourself with the frequencies of what you desire, set aside time each day for this sacred practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and bring to mind 3 things that fill you with genuine gratitude. Let this appreciation flow through you freely. Then focus on the feeling of pure joy, not for any particular reason, but joy simply for the gift of existence. Maintain this high-frequency state for at least 5 minutes, allowing your entire being to vibrate in harmony with these elevated emotions. Chapter 5, Imagination, the Architect of Realities. In the ancient city of Visara lived a master builder named Ibrahim, whose creations defied what others thought possible. While fellow craftsmen worked with stone and wood, Ibrahim first built with the ethereal materials of thought and vision. Each morning before touching mortar or chisel, he would sit in perfect stillness, his mind's eye painting detailed images of soaring towers and graceful arches that existed only in his imagination. You possess this same divine power of creation that Ibrahim wielded. Your imagination serves as the architect's table, where all possibilities first take form. Just as no building rises without its blueprint, no circumstance manifests in your life without first being sketched in the workshop of your mind. The universe responds not to your words or actions alone, but to the vivid pictures you hold in your consciousness. When you close your eyes and imagine with crystal clarity, you activate the same creative force that shapes planets and birth stars. This power flows through you constantly, whether you direct it consciously or allow it to run wild with unconscious fears and doubts. Consider the tale of Marcus, a wanderer who journeyed between distant lands. Though blessed with the same creative force as Ibrahim, Marcus spent his days imagining fearful scenarios, treacherous roads ahead, hostile strangers, storms that never came. His mind worked tirelessly, but instead of building castles of possibility, it constructed prisons of limitation. The very dangers he imagined seemed to manifest before him, for his creative power faithfully brought forth that which consumed his thoughts. Your imagination operates like a master weaver at the loom of reality, threading together the fabric of your experience with each image you hold. When you dwell on images of lack, your creative force manifests situations that mirror this vision. When you fill your mind with pictures of abundance and joy, this same power works to bring these visions into form. Now, to harness this sacred power of imagination, practice this ancient technique. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Allow your breath to become slow and steady. Begin to build in your mind, with perfect detail, the life you wish to create. See the surroundings, hear the sounds, feel the emotions of living in this reality. What does your ideal day look like? Who stands beside you? What work fills you with purpose? Build this vision piece by piece as Ibrahim built his wondrous structures. Hold this image until it feels more real than your present circumstances. Return to this practice daily, knowing that your imagination is laying the foundation for what will manifest. Chapter 6, The Power of Feeling, Molding Energy. In the mountain village of Kiros dwelt a sculptor named Adonis, whose works stirred something deep within those who gazed upon them. While other artisans carved mere representations, his figures seemed to pulse with an inner vitality. The secret lay not in his tools or technique, but in the depth of feeling he poured into each creation. As his hands worked the clay, his heart burned with such intensity that the raw emotion seemed to flow directly into the material, awakening it from within. You hold the same power of emotional alchemy within you. Your feelings are not merely responses to life. They are the very force that breathes life into your thoughts and desires. When you infuse your intentions with genuine emotion, you transform them from mere wishes into seeds of manifestation. The universe responds to the magnetic force of feeling. A thought alone may point the way, but it is emotion that provides the energy for manifestation. Like a sail catching the wind, your feelings propel your thoughts into physical reality. This truth reveals why two people may hold the same thought, yet experience vastly different results. The difference lies in the emotional current powering their intentions. Let us turn to the tale of Wei, a wandering sage who encountered a fearsome storm in the vast desert. As dark clouds gathered and winds howled, Wei did not flee or cower. Instead, he stood perfectly still and allowed peace to fill his being. As serenity flowed through him, the winds began to gentle. When compassion welled in his heart, the clouds parted. The storm, like all of nature, responded to the emotional energy he emanated. Your emotional state broadcasts a constant signal to the universe, attracting experiences that match its frequency. When you exist in a state of worry, you magnetize circumstances that justify that anxiety. When you cultivate genuine gratitude and joy, you draw forth experiences that mirror these feelings. To harness this sacred power of emotional manifestation, practice this timeless technique. Set aside 10 minutes each day to fully embody the feeling of your desire fulfilled. If you seek abundance, feel the deep security and freedom of wealth flowing through your life. If you desire love, feel the warmth and connection of that relationship as if it exists now. Let this emotion fill every cell of your being until it feels more real than your current circumstances. This is not mere pretending. It is the ancient art of emotional alchemy that transforms thoughts into reality. Chapter 7: Consciousness, the Seat of Creation. In a temple perched high in the mist-shrouded peaks, there lived a mystic who spent years studying the nature of reality. One dawn, as he sat in meditation, his consciousness expanded beyond the confines of his form. In that boundless state, he witnessed a singular truth. All of existence emerged from one conscious spark, eternally creating and recreating itself through infinite expressions. This revelation transformed his understanding. He saw that consciousness itself was the foundation of all realities, the divine light from which all experiences emerged. You possess this same conscious awareness that creates worlds. Beyond your thoughts, beyond your emotions, lies the pure consciousness that observes all. This awareness is not bound by the limitations of mind or body. It is the eternal witness through which all experience flows. Your consciousness shapes reality in ways far subtler and more profound than mere thought. When you shift your conscious awareness, you alter the very fabric of your experience. This is why two people can inhabit the same physical space yet perceive entirely different realities. Their consciousness creates their unique experience of that moment. In an ancient valley, 7 seekers gathered to explore the depths of conscious creation. Though they came from different paths, they discovered that when they aligned their conscious awareness toward a single purpose, remarkable transformations occurred. The very air around them seemed to shimmer with possibility. Mountains that had stood unmoved for eons trembled at their unified focus. This was not the power of thought or emotion, but the raw creative force of consciousness itself. Your conscious awareness is the lens through which you experience all of life. When you operate on autopilot, letting unconscious patterns direct your experience, you remain bound by old limitations. But when you cultivate mindful presence, bringing conscious awareness to each moment, you step into your power as a creator of reality. To awaken this conscious creative force within you, dedicate one full day to mindful awareness. From the moment you open your eyes until you retire to sleep, observe your thoughts, feelings, and actions with gentle attention. Notice how your consciousness shapes each experience. Watch how your awareness influences the flow of events. This practice connects you to the eternal creative force that flows through all things. This ancient practice of conscious awareness reveals the truth. You are not merely a perceiver of reality, but a conscious creator of it. Through your awareness, you participate in the eternal dance of creation itself. Chapter 8. The Present Moment Portal. In the heart of an ancient forest stood a shimmering archway, its surface rippling like water in moonlight. Many sought to pass through this portal, yet few succeeded. A weary traveler approached, having journeyed far in search of wisdom. He had heard tales of the mystical realm that lay beyond, but each time he attempted to step through, the portal remained solid as stone. For days he observed the archway, noticing how it seemed to pulse with life. In moments when his mind wandered to his past journeys or future destinations, the portal remained impenetrable. Yet in brief instances when his attention fully settled into the present, watching a leaf fall or feeling the wind on his face, the surface would begin to shimmer invitingly. Understanding dawned within him. Only when his consciousness fully inhabited the present moment did the portal respond. As he released all thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow, focusing solely on the eternal now, the gateway opened, welcoming him into its mysteries. The power of present moment awareness flows through every aspect of creation. When your mind dwells in past regrets or future anxieties, you fragment your creative force. But when you gather your consciousness fully in the now, you access the pure potential from which all manifestation springs. In a bustling marketplace, there lived a merchant who struggled to find success despite his constant planning and worry. His thoughts perpetually raced between past mistakes and future fears, until a wise teacher shared a simple truth: true abundance flows only through the present moment. The merchant began focusing entirely on each task before him. When organizing his shop, his attention rested fully on that activity. While serving customers, he gave them his complete presence. As his mind settled into the now, clarity emerged. His business flourished not through elaborate plans, but through the power of his undivided attention in each moment. Your creative power exists only in the present moment. When your consciousness fragments across time, reliving the past or anticipating the future, you dilute your manifesting energy. But when you gather yourself fully in the now, you access the timeless space where all possibilities exist. To strengthen your connection to present moment awareness, choose one simple daily task. As you perform this task, bring your full attention to every aspect of the experience. Notice the physical sensations, the movements of your body, the thoughts that arise. When your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the present activity. This practice aligns you with the creative power that exists only in the eternal now. Chapter 9. Banishing Mental Shadows. In a mountain monastery, a young sage was troubled by shadows that danced across his chamber walls each night. These shadows seemed to take the forms of his deepest fears and doubts, growing larger and more menacing with each passing evening. Rather than flee from these apparitions, the sage chose to sit with them, studying their movements and origins. Night after night he observed how each shadow stemmed from objects in his room: a simple bowl, a walking staff, a hanging robe. The shadows appeared frightening only because he had not understood their source. As he traced each shadow back to its origin, the illusions lost their power, revealing themselves as mere projections of ordinary things. Within your mind exist shadows that seem to hold great power over your destiny. These shadows, limiting beliefs, inherited doubts, unconscious fears, appear massive and unconquerable when viewed from a distance. Yet, like the sage's shadows, they are merely projections of simple thoughts that have grown distorted through lack of understanding. Every belief that dims your light began as a simple thought, accepted without question. These thoughts gathered power through repetition until they became the very shadows that now seem to block your path. Yet just as a shadow cannot exist without light, these limiting beliefs cannot maintain their hold once illuminated by conscious awareness. In a distant land, 12 elders gathered in council during a time of great turmoil. Each carried their own fears about the future, and when they met, these fears clashed and multiplied, creating chaos in their deliberations. The wisest among them suggested they speak their fears aloud, one by one, bringing them into the light of shared understanding. As each elder voiced their concerns, something remarkable occurred. The fears that had seemed overwhelming when held alone became manageable when examined together. The council discovered that their individual shadows, when brought into the light, could be transformed into collective wisdom and strength. Just as the council transformed their fears through conscious examination, you hold the power to transmute your mental obstacles into stepping stones of growth. The very beliefs that seem to limit you contain within them the seeds of your expansion once properly understood and released. Take now your journal and find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. On the page before you, write down the thoughts and beliefs that cast the largest shadows across your path to fulfillment. Examine each one, tracing it back to its source as the sage traced his shadows. What thought gave birth to this belief? What experience caused you to accept it as truth? As you identify each mental block, write beside it, "I release this shadow back into light." Feel the lightness that comes as each limiting belief is acknowledged and consciously dissolved. Remember, these shadows exist only through the power you give them. In releasing them, you reclaim that power for your own transformation. Chapter 10. Aligning with your highest self. In the ancient scrolls of the East, there lies a tale of a magnificent phoenix who dwelt among ordinary birds. Though blessed with the power of eternal renewal, this phoenix could not rise from its ashes until it remembered its true nature. For years it lived as a common bird, pecking at seeds and building simple nests, while its inner fire dimmed. One day, gazing at its reflection in a still pool, the phoenix glimpsed a flash of its radiant essence. In that moment of recognition, its entire being aligned with its higher purpose. As the phoenix embraced its true nature, its feathers ignited with golden light, and it soared into the heavens, transformed by the power of self-realization. You, like this phoenix, possess an inner essence that yearns for expression. Your thoughts, when aligned with your highest purpose, become flames of transformation. Each moment offers a choice: to live in accordance with your divine nature or to remain bound by lesser perceptions of yourself. The universe responds not to what you do, but to the essence from which your actions spring. When your thoughts, intentions, and deeds flow from your highest self, you enter a state of divine alignment. In this state, the very forces of creation bend to support your path. Listen now to the tale of a wanderer who traversed the world seeking strength. Through forests and deserts, mountains and valleys, he gathered teachings from every wise one he met. Yet true power eluded him until he stopped at a simple well in a forgotten village. Gazing into the depths of the well, he heard a voice from within asking, "Why do you wander?" For the first time, the wanderer looked beyond his seeking to discover his true calling, to bring water to parched lands. As he embraced this purpose, strength beyond measure flowed through him. The well became the first of 1,000 he would create, each springing forth from his aligned intention. Your highest self awaits expression through you, just as the well awaited the wanderer's recognition of his purpose. When you align with your true essence, you become a channel through which universal power flows unimpeded. Settle now into a space of quiet contemplation. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, allowing your awareness to turn inward. Envision yourself as a being of pure light, radiating your highest qualities. See yourself moving through life from this elevated state, your every action flowing from your divine essence. Feel the power that comes when your thoughts, words, and actions align perfectly with your highest purpose. Let this vision of your aligned self grow stronger, more vivid. This is not mere imagination. It is a glimpse of your true nature, waiting to be fully expressed through you. Carry this vision with you throughout your day, returning to it whenever you need to realign with your highest self. Let it guide your choices and inspire your actions, knowing that in alignment lies your greatest power. Part 2. Harnessing and Directing Mind Power. Chapter 11. Setting Clear Intentions. In the mountains of ancient times lived an archer whose arrows never missed their mark. While others praised his skill, few understood his secret. He never drew his bow until his intention crystallized with perfect clarity. Each shot emerged from a mind as still as a mountain lake, focused solely on its purpose. Through your journey of manifestation, you must embrace this archer's wisdom. The universe responds not to scattered thoughts, but to intentions honed to piercing clarity. When you scatter your focus across countless desires, your creative energy disperses like arrows shot without aim. The power to shape reality lies within your focused intention. As the archer sees only his target, your mind must hold steady upon that which you wish to manifest. This requires more than mere wanting. It demands crystal clarity about what you seek to create. Yet witness now the tale of a drifter cast adrift upon vast waters. His vessel contained provisions enough for any journey, yet he wandered aimlessly, carried wherever the winds chose to blow. Though he survived each day, he never reached any shore of significance. His directionless existence left him at the mercy of every current and storm. You stand now at a crossroads between these two paths. Will you be as the archer, whose every action flows from clear intention? Or will you drift upon life's seas, hoping chance will carry you to fortune's shores? The difference lies not in capability, but in clarity. The drifter possessed all he needed for a meaningful journey, yet lacked the one element that would have transformed his wandering into purpose: a clear intention for his destination. Your mind holds power beyond measure, yet this power serves you fully only when directed with precision. As the archer's arrow flies true only when aimed with care, your creative force manifests most powerfully when guided by clear intention. Take now your journal and pen. In this sacred moment, write your intentions with the same clarity the archer brings to his art. Speak not in vague wishes, but in precise statements of what you choose to create. Let each word carry the weight of your focused will. Each morning return to these written intentions. Read them not as mere words, but as declarations to the universe. Feel their resonance in your being, allowing them to align your energy throughout the day. As the archer becomes one with his target before releasing the arrow, become one with your intentions before stepping into each day's activities. This practice, handed down through ages of wisdom, transforms scattered thoughts into arrows of manifestation, each flying true to its mark. Chapter 12, Faith, the Catalyst of Miracles. In the highest reaches of the ancient mountains, where the air grows thin and the spirits of old still whisper, lived a climber whose heart burned with an unshakable vision. While others gazed upon the forbidden peak with trepidation, speaking of its impossible heights, he saw only the path that his faith had already carved. You too stand before mountains that others claim cannot be scaled, yet within you lies the same power that guided this climber, the power of absolute belief. Each step he took was not merely physical, but an act of faith made manifest. As the winds howled and the rocks crumbled beneath his feet, his unwavering belief created handholds where none existed before. The universe responds to such certainty with miraculous precision. When your belief remains unshaken, reality itself bends to accommodate your vision. This is not mere positive thinking, but the activation of an ancient law that has guided masters throughout time. Now turn your gaze to a distant valley where drought had withered hope from all but one. An elder, whose eyes sparkled with inner knowing, held fast to her vision of renewal. While others packed their belongings to abandon their homes, she tended daily to withered gardens, speaking to the dry earth as if it already bloomed with life. Day by day, her unwavering faith began to stir something deep within the valley's heart. First came the birds, then the morning dew, and finally the rains returned. The village, which had nearly emptied, slowly filled again with those drawn back by the power of one person's unshakable belief. These stories mirror the truth within your own journey. The mountains before you may seem insurmountable, the droughts in your life may appear permanent, but faith holds the power to reshape these realities. Now find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and allow your breath to settle into a natural rhythm. See clearly in your mind's eye that which you wish to manifest. Let doubt fall away like autumn leaves replaced by the absolute knowing that what you envision is already taking form. Feel this certainty in every cell of your being. Let it fill your chest, flow through your limbs, radiate from your heart. Hold this vision with the same unwavering faith as the climber ascending his peak, with the same quiet certainty as the elder tending her gardens. Maintain this state of absolute belief for several minutes, allowing no thought of doubt to disturb your inner knowing. This practice, passed down through generations of wisdom keepers, plants the seeds of manifestation in the fertile soil of faith. Chapter 13, Visualization Mastery. In a village untouched by time, there lived an artist whose paintings held a mysterious power. Each stroke of his brush seemed to pulse with life, and those who gazed upon his work spoke of seeing the images move, of hearing the painted streams flow, of smelling the blossoms that bloomed on his canvas. The secret of his art lay not in his technique, but in his mind's eye. Before touching brush to canvas, he would spend hours in meditation, building every detail of his creation within his consciousness. He saw not just the outer form, but every shadow, every reflection of light, every subtle variation in color. He felt the textures, heard the sounds, and breathed in the sense of his imagined scene until it became more real to him than the world around him. This truth extends beyond art. Your mind holds this same creative power. When you envision your desires with crystal clarity, you provide the universe with an exact blueprint for manifestation. Like the artist who sees every detail before making a single stroke, your visualization must be complete and vivid. Yet in the same village lived another man who dreamed of creating beauty but held only vague impressions of what he wished to manifest. His thoughts drifted like clouds, never taking solid form. When he attempted to create, his results were chaotic and unfulfilled, for the universe had no clear pattern to follow. These contrasting paths reveal an essential truth. The precision of your vision determines the precision of its manifestation. The universe responds not to fuzzy hopes, but to clearly defined images held steadfast in mind. Your creative power grows stronger when you engage all your senses in visualization. See not just the outline of your desire, but every minute detail. Hear the sounds that accompany it. Feel the textures against your skin. Breathe in its unique fragrance. Taste its essence. Find now a peaceful space where you will remain undisturbed. Close your eyes and begin to construct your desired reality with the same meticulous care as the artist. Choose one specific aspect of what you wish to manifest. See it with perfect clarity, its colors, its textures, its movements. Listen for the sounds that surround it. Feel its presence as though it exists here and now. Layer by layer, add sensory details to your vision. If you seek a new home, walk through each room in your mind. Touch the walls, hear your footsteps echo, smell the fresh air flowing through open windows. If you envision a new career, feel yourself sitting at your desk, hear the sounds of your workplace, see the details of your environment. Hold this complete sensory experience in your consciousness for several minutes. Let it become as real to you as the chair you sit upon. This practice, when performed daily, imprints your desired reality deeply into the universal field, drawing it into physical manifestation with the same precision as the artist's paintings coming to life. Chapter 14. Overcoming Self-Doubt. In the mountains of the ancient East lived a warrior whose blade had never failed him in battle, yet whose heart trembled with an unseen enemy. Though his victories brought him renown throughout the land, each night he wrestled with shadows of doubt that whispered of his unworthiness. One evening, as he meditated beneath the stars, an old master appeared before him. "Your greatest battle," the master said, "lies not on any field of war, but within the chambers of your own mind." The warrior spent years learning to face his inner demons, discovering that each doubt was but a phantom created by his own thoughts. Through this journey inward, he found that true strength flows not from the sword but from unshakable self-trust. Your mind, like the warrior's, may harbor doubts that seem as real as stone walls. Yet these barriers exist only in thought, constructed from past experiences and inherited beliefs. Each time you question your worth or ability, you face the same battle as the warrior. The roots of self-doubt often lie buried in soil tilled by others, words spoken in criticism, moments of perceived failure, or expectations left unfulfilled. But just as a garden can be replanted, so too can the landscape of your mind be transformed. In a distant valley lived a healer whose hands held the power to cure any ailment, though she knew it not. For years she attributed her successes to luck or circumstance, unable to recognize her own gifts. Only when she learned to trust the power flowing through her did her true abilities blossom. Like this healer, you possess capabilities beyond your current understanding. Your doubts serve not as truth-tellers but as guardians of old patterns, keeping you bound to familiar limitations. Yet these guardians hold no real power save that which you grant them. The healer's journey mirrors your own path toward self-trust. Each time you choose to believe in your innate power rather than your doubts, you strengthen your connection to the infinite potential within you. Let us now engage in an ancient practice of transformation. Take your journal and write at its top, "I release all doubt about." Complete this sentence with the area of your life where self-trust wavers most. Below this, inscribe 3 empowering truths that counter your greatest doubts. Speak these truths aloud each morning as the sun rises, letting their power resonate through your being. Feel their energy dissolve the shadows of doubt, just as dawn dissolves the darkness. In moments when old doubts surface, return to these words, knowing they carry the power to reshape your inner landscape. Through consistent practice, you will find, as did the warrior and the healer, that self-doubt dissolves in the light of unwavering self-trust. The power to transform your reality has always resided within you, waiting only for your recognition and acceptance. Chapter 15. The Role of Gratitude. In a valley blessed by ancient wisdom lived a farmer whose crops grew more abundantly than any other in the land. While others questioned his methods, the secret of his success lay not in special seeds or soil, but in the sacred practice he performed each morning. As the sun's first rays touched his fields, he would take a single seed in his palm, bow his head, and whisper words of thanks. "I honor the miracle within this tiny vessel," he would say, planting each seed with reverence. His gratitude extended beyond the seeds to encompass the soil, the rain, and even the challenges that helped his crops grow stronger. Your relationship with life mirrors this farmer's connection to his fields. Every experience, every circumstance presents an opportunity for gratitude. This universal law reveals itself through the ages. What you appreciate, appreciates. Gratitude holds transformative power beyond mere politeness or custom. When you align your heart with genuine thankfulness, you attune yourself to the frequency of abundance. Like a magnet drawing forth more of what it touches, gratitude attracts additional blessings into your sphere of experience. In the bustling markets of an ancient city lived a merchant whose fortunes had dwindled to nothing. Each day he watched others prosper, while his own stalls remained empty. One morning, rather than dwelling on lack, he began to give thanks for what remained: his health, the air he breathed, the sun that warmed his face. As his heart filled with appreciation, something shifted. Customers began stopping at his stall, drawn by his genuine warmth. Old debts were unexpectedly repaid. New opportunities emerged as if by magic. The merchant discovered that gratitude itself was the key that unlocked abundance. This merchant's transformation illuminates a vital truth. Your experience of reality shifts in proportion to your gratitude. When you choose thankfulness, even in challenging circumstances, you open channels through which greater blessings can flow. Now embrace this timeless practice passed down through generations. Obtain a journal dedicated solely to gratitude. Each morning as the sun rises, write 3 specific things for which you feel genuine appreciation. Let your words flow from the heart, not merely from habit. Each evening before rest, add 3 more blessings you notice throughout your day. As you maintain this practice, observe how your perception shifts, how your energy transforms, and how life responds to your deepened state of appreciation. Like the farmer and the merchant, you will discover that gratitude is not merely a response to abundance, it is the very key that unlocks it. Chapter 16. Mystical Living, Making Every Day Magical. In the misty mountains of a distant realm, a wanderer sought the secrets of manifestation. Each day he climbed higher, searching for mystical teachings, passing by humble villages without a second glance. One evening, exhausted from his journey, he found shelter with an elderly woman who moved through her simple tasks with extraordinary grace. As she swept her floor, light seemed to dance in her wake. When she prepared tea, the leaves swirled in patterns that spoke of ancient wisdom. Even the way she folded her linens carried an air of sacred ceremony. The wanderer watched, transfixed, as ordinary actions transformed into channels of power. You possess this same ability to infuse magic into the mundane. Every action, when approached with awareness and intention, becomes a gateway to manifestation. The universe responds not to grand gestures alone, but to the consistent energy you bring to each moment. Your daily routines hold hidden potential for transformation. When you wash your dishes, you cleanse more than plates. You purify your energy field. As you prepare your meals, you infuse your food with intention. While tidying your space, you create order in both your external and internal worlds. In a bustling town lived a craftsman whose wooden vessels were said to bring fortune to those who used them. Unlike others who rushed through their work, he approached each task as a sacred ritual. Every stroke of his tools was a meditation, every piece of wood selected with reverence. Those who watched him work spoke of a subtle glow that surrounded his hands. His workshop became a temple, his craft a form of prayer. Through his devotion to presence, he transformed simple objects into vessels of power. This ancient wisdom speaks directly to your path. The magic you seek exists within the simplest acts of your day. By bringing full presence and sacred intention to these moments, you align yourself with the creative force of the universe. Take this practice into your life. Choose one daily activity, perhaps brewing morning tea, tending to plants, or preparing your space for rest. Approach this task as a ceremony, bringing your full presence to each movement. Feel the energy flowing through your hands. Notice the subtle sensations, the play of light, the rhythm of your breath. As you perform this chosen activity, hold the awareness that you are engaging in a sacred act of creation. Through this practice, watch as ordinary moments transform into powerful catalysts for manifestation. Chapter 17, Symbols and Archetypes of Manifestation. In a valley between ancient mountains stood a village unlike any other. Its walls bore intricate markings, spirals that drew in abundance, triangles that pointed skyward for divine protection, and circles that represented the endless flow of prosperity. These were not mere decorations, but a sacred language passed down through generations. The villagers understood that these symbols spoke directly to the deeper realms of consciousness. Each morning, they would trace these patterns in the air, their fingers dancing with intention. As they did so, their crops grew more abundant, their children stayed healthy, and harmony pervaded their community. You too possess the ability to harness the power of symbols. The mind communicates through images far more potently than through words alone. When you encounter certain shapes, patterns, or images, they bypass your conscious mind and speak directly to the depths of your being, awakening ancient wisdom that lies dormant within. Consider how the sight of a mountain peak stirs feelings of majesty and possibility, or how flowing water evokes sensations of cleansing and renewal. These are not learned associations, but inherent understandings woven into the fabric of your consciousness. In the archives of time, there lived a seeker who traveled far and wide collecting ancient manuscripts. Yet despite his vast knowledge, true wisdom eluded him until he discovered that the answers he sought were hidden in plain sight, in the geometric patterns of flowers, the spiral of shells, and the branching of trees. Through patient observation, he learned to read these natural symbols. Each one unlocked a different chamber of understanding within his mind. The triangle revealed the power of focused intention. The spiral taught him about growth and evolution, and the circle showed him the perfection of completion. As you walk your path of manifestation, understand that symbols serve as bridges between your conscious desires and the vast creative power of your subconscious mind. They act as keys, unlocking doors to deeper understanding and more powerful manifestation. Now find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and allow your mind to drift to your current goal or desire. As you hold this intention, let an image or symbol naturally arise in your consciousness. It might be a geometric shape, an element from nature, or a simple pattern. Trust what emerges. Draw this symbol on paper, feeling its significance as you trace each line. Place it where you will see it daily, by your bedside, on your altar, or in your workspace. Each time you gaze upon it, let it remind you of your intention and connect you to the deeper currents of manifestation. Chapter 18, Navigating Resistance and Challenges. In a distant land, a river began its journey as a mere trickle high in the mountains. Each day, it encountered massive boulders, steep cliffs, and dense barriers that seemed insurmountable. Yet the river never ceased its forward motion. When faced with stone, it did not fight, it flowed. Over time, its persistent touch carved mighty canyons through the hardest rock, creating paths of breathtaking beauty. This truth flows through your own life. When you encounter resistance, it serves not as a wall, but as a shaping force. Like water meeting stone, challenges refine your intention and strengthen your resolve. Each obstacle presents an opportunity to deepen your understanding and clarify your purpose. The universe operates through the principle of refined intention. When your desires meet resistance, it signals an invitation to examine them more closely, to purify your motivation, and to align more deeply with your highest good. Just as the river's power grows through narrowing passages, your manifesting ability strengthens through facing and overcoming obstacles. In a distant kingdom, a young leader faced fierce opposition from those who doubted her wisdom. Rather than attempting to overpower her critics, she chose to listen deeply to their concerns. Each challenge became a chance to demonstrate her commitment to serving her people. Through patience and persistence, she transformed resistance into support, emerging as a stronger and more compassionate ruler. This wisdom speaks directly to your journey. The obstacles you face are not barriers to your dreams. They are the very elements that shape them into reality. When you encounter resistance, pause and ask, "What is this challenge teaching me? How is it refining my intention? What greater strength am I developing through this experience?" Your practice now calls you to embrace this ancient wisdom. Take your journal and write down 3 current challenges you face. For each one, ask yourself, what lesson lies within this obstacle? How might this resistance be strengthening my resolve or clarifying my path? Let the answers flow naturally, knowing that each insight brings you closer to mastery of manifestation. Like the river that shapes the canyon, your persistence through challenges carves new pathways of possibility. Trust that resistance serves to refine your intention and strengthen your creative power. Chapter 19, Divine Timing, Trusting the Unfolding Path. In the heart of an ancient garden dwelled a rare and mystical flower, known to bloom but once every 1,000 moons. Many sought to force its blossoming through artificial means, providing extra water, special nutrients, even attempting to pry open its petals. Yet the flower remained steadfastly closed, holding its beauty within until the precise moment of cosmic alignment. The wisdom held within this simple truth reaches across the ages to touch your own journey of manifestation. Every desire you plant in the fertile soil of consciousness follows divine timing, a sacred rhythm that cannot be rushed or forced but must be trusted with unwavering faith. The universe operates through perfect synchronicity. Your role is not to control when and how your manifestations bloom, but to nurture them with consistent attention while surrendering to the greater wisdom that governs all creation. Just as the mystical flower knows exactly when to reveal its splendor, your desires unfold according to an intelligence far beyond mortal understanding. There once lived a sage who spent years attempting to master the forces of creation through sheer will. Despite his vast knowledge and powerful intentions, his efforts often fell short of their mark. One day, while observing the natural world, he noticed how everything, from the turning of seasons to the migration of birds, followed an innate rhythm that required no forcing. In that moment of clarity, the sage released his need to control outcomes. He began to trust in the perfect timing of the universe and soon witnessed his manifestations unfolding with grace and ease, often in ways far more magnificent than he could have orchestrated himself. This truth speaks to the very essence of creation. When you align with divine timing, you enter a state of flow where resistance dissolves and manifestation becomes effortless. Your task is not to force the flower to bloom, but to maintain unwavering faith while tending to the soil of your consciousness. To integrate this timeless wisdom into your journey, pause now and engage in this sacred practice. Find a quiet space where you can reflect undisturbed. Bring to mind a desire you've been trying to force into manifestation. Feel the tension of wanting to control its unfolding. Now, consciously release this desire into the care of universal intelligence. Write in your journal about times when patience led to outcomes far greater than you could have imagined. Let these memories strengthen your trust in divine timing. Each day, practice surrendering your desires to the perfect rhythm of the universe, knowing that everything blooms in its appointed season. Chapter 20. Harnessing Collective Energy. In a valley between ancient mountains, there lived a village where each inhabitant possessed a unique gift. Some could call forth rain, others could heal with a touch, and still others could whisper to plants to help them grow. Yet their true power emerged not from individual abilities, but from the harmony they created together. When faced with challenges, the villagers would gather in the sacred circle at the heart of their community. There they would join their energies, allowing their individual gifts to weave together into a tapestry of unified intention. Through this practice, they discovered that their collective power far exceeded the sum of their separate abilities. You too exist within a vast web of consciousness, where every thought and intention ripples outward to touch countless others. When you align your energy with those who share your vision, you tap into a force that transcends individual limitation. The power of collective consciousness acts as a mighty river, carrying individual drops of intention toward manifestation with unstoppable momentum. Picture now the tale of the Valley of Eternal Spring, where a group of wandering mystics encountered a land ravaged by drought. Rather than working separately, they gathered the remaining villagers into a circle of shared purpose. As their combined meditation deepened, clouds began to gather overhead. Their unified field of consciousness called forth not just rain, but a permanent shift in the valley's climate, transforming it into an oasis of abundance that flourishes to this day. The truth revealed in these ancient stories illuminates your own path. Every intention you hold exists not in isolation, but as part of a greater field of collective creation. When you join with others in harmony of purpose, you access a power that can reshape reality itself. To harness this transformative force, seek out those who resonate with your highest vision. Together, create a sacred space for shared intention. Whether through group meditation, collective prayer, or unified visualization, allow your individual light to merge with others, forming a beacon of manifestation that pierces through all barriers. Gather with 2 or more individuals who share your spiritual understanding. Choose a time when you can meet in person or connect virtually. Set a specific intention that serves the highest good of all. Spend 20 minutes in shared meditation, visualizing your combined energy forming a sphere of pure light that grows stronger with each breath. Observe how this practice affects your individual manifestations in the days that follow. Part 3: Becoming a Universal Architect. Chapter 21: Mastering Mental Focus. In the heart of an ancient kingdom, there lived a sculptor whose works were said to capture the very essence of life itself. Each morning, as the sun painted the sky in golden hues, he would enter his workshop and select a single block of marble. Unlike other artisans who worked on multiple pieces, he devoted himself entirely to one creation at a time. When asked about his method, he would simply smile and say, "The masterpiece already exists within the stone. My task is merely to remain focused enough to reveal it." Through unwavering concentration, his chisel moved with divine precision, as if guided by an unseen hand. His sculptures seemed to breathe, to hold stories within their frozen forms that would inspire generations to come. Each piece took exactly the time it needed, no more, no less, for perfection cannot be rushed, only revealed through patient, focused attention. The universal force that shapes all reality flows through your mind like water through a channel. When your thoughts scatter in multiple directions, this power disperses, creating weak impressions that quickly fade. But when you direct your mental energy with singular focus, you become as the sculptor, capable of carving your desires into the very fabric of existence. Consider now the tale of the wandering merchant who sought the legendary city of golden opportunities. His mind constantly jumped between thoughts of wealth, fame, and pleasure. He collected maps, gathered supplies, and asked for directions, yet he never reached his destination. His scattered attention led him in circles, each new path seeming as promising as the last, until he had traversed the entire kingdom without finding what he sought. The city he searched for existed, yet remained hidden from his unfocused gaze. Those who found it were travelers who held a single thought, a clear intention that guided their every step. They understood that the mind, when properly focused, becomes a compass pointing true north. Your reality shapes itself according to your most concentrated thoughts. Like the sculptor who sees the finished masterpiece within raw stone, you must hold your desired outcome in unwavering focus. This practice of mental concentration acts as the chisel that transforms possibility into manifestation. To strengthen this essential skill, engage in the following practice. Choose one specific intention, perhaps a goal or desired outcome. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Set aside 10 minutes initially, gradually increasing the duration as your focus strengthens. Close your eyes and hold your chosen thought as clearly as possible in your mind's eye. When other thoughts arise, gently return to your focal point, just as the sculptor returns to his single piece of marble. Practice this daily, observing how your ability to maintain concentrated focus grows stronger with each session. Chapter 22: Connecting with Universal Intelligence. In the depths of an ancient valley, where mountains touched the heavens, an elder sat beneath the vast expanse of stars each night. His silver hair reflected the celestial light as he gazed upward, communing with the infinite wisdom above. Those who sought his counsel observed that his answers carried a clarity that transcended mortal understanding. The universal intelligence that guides all creation speaks constantly through signs, symbols, and inner knowing. You possess an innate connection to this vast reservoir of wisdom, though the noise of daily life often drowns out its subtle voice. Like the elder who found guidance in the stars, you too can access this profound knowledge when you learn to still your mind and listen. This wisdom flows through every particle of existence, whispering truths that your conscious mind alone cannot grasp. It speaks through sudden insights, through dreams, through the quiet voice of intuition that rises when your thoughts grow still. The universe constantly offers direction, yet few learn to recognize its language. In a distant mountain village lived a young seeker who struggled to find his path. Each day he consulted books and asked others for advice, but answers eluded him. One evening, exhausted from searching, he sat beside a stream and for the first time truly listened. In that moment of surrender, when his mind finally quieted, he heard what he called the whispers of the universe. These subtle messages guided him to opportunities and insights he could never have planned with his limited perspective. The wisdom you seek already exists within and around you. Like the seeker by the stream, your task is not to force understanding, but to create space for universal intelligence to flow through you. When you learn to quiet the constant chatter of your mind, you open yourself to guidance that transcends personal limitations. To access this infinite wisdom, practice the following. Find a peaceful space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Begin by taking deep breaths, allowing each exhale to carry away the thoughts that crowd your mind. Once you feel centered, pose a single question to the universe. Then, instead of searching for answers, simply listen. Pay attention to any images, feelings, or insights that arise naturally. After your meditation, write down any impressions you received without judgment or analysis. Practice this daily and watch as your connection to universal wisdom strengthens. Chapter 23. Raising your inner vibration. In a forgotten corner of an ancient kingdom there lived a gardener whose hands held the secret of transformation. Where others saw only lifeless earth, she perceived the dormant potential within. Each morning, she would enter her garden with songs of gratitude upon her lips, infusing the soil with the high vibrations of joy and appreciation. Day by day, the land responded to her elevated energy, until flowers bloomed where nothing had grown before, and trees bore fruit in soil once thought barren. You too possess this power of energetic transformation. The universe responds not just to your thoughts and actions, but to the quality of energy you emanate. Like the gardener's songs that awakened life in dormant soil, your vibrational state shapes the reality that manifests around you. When you exist in a state of high vibration through joy, gratitude, love, and peace, you naturally attract experiences that match this elevated frequency. Conversely, lower vibrational states of fear, doubt, and negativity draw circumstances that mirror this heavier energy. In the mountains beyond the gardener's village lived a hermit who chose isolation, convinced the world held only darkness. His constant focus on lack and fear created an energy so dense that even wild animals avoided his dwelling. Though surrounded by the same fertile soil as the gardener, his land remained as barren as his outlook. The difference between the gardener and the hermit lay not in their circumstances, but in their vibrational states. The gardener chose to cultivate high-frequency energy through gratitude and joy, while the hermit remained trapped in lower vibrations of fear and isolation. To elevate your own vibrational state, practice this ancient energetic reset ritual. Begin in a comfortable position, placing one hand on your heart and the other on your abdomen. Take 3 deep breaths, imagining golden light filling your body with each inhale. As you exhale, Release any heavy or stagnant energy. Now speak these words of power with complete conviction. I am a being of light and positive energy. I choose to vibrate at the frequency of love and abundance. I am grateful for the infinite blessings flowing into my life. I radiate joy and attract miraculous possibilities. Repeat this practice whenever you feel your energy becoming dense or heavy. Like the gardener who transformed barren soil through elevated vibrations, you hold the power to raise your frequency and attract the reality you desire. Chapter 24. Letting Go and Trusting the Process. In the time of sailing ships in uncharted waters, there lived a captain renowned for his ability to navigate treacherous seas. Yet his greatest discovery came not from mastering the waves, but from learning to release his grip on the wheel. When storms raged and visibility diminished, he found that by surrendering to the wisdom of the winds and currents, his vessel would often find safe harbor in ports far more magnificent than any he had planned. Through your journey of manifestation, you too must learn the sacred art of surrender. The universe holds wisdom far beyond your limited perspective. When you release your tight grip on how things must unfold, you open yourself to possibilities greater than your mind could conceive. The law of surrender works in harmony with the law of attraction. While you must hold clear intentions and maintain unwavering faith, attachment to specific outcomes creates resistance that blocks the natural flow of manifestation. Like a river that finds countless paths to reach the sea, your desires may manifest through channels you never imagined. In a distant valley, there lived a farmer who struggled with letting go. Year after year, he clung to withered crops, refusing to clear his fields for fear of losing what little remained. His attachment to the old prevented new growth until a wise elder taught him the cycle of release and renewal. Only when he finally cleared his fields of the dead plants did the soil become ready for abundant new growth. This ancient truth mirrors your own path. That which you cling to most tightly often prevents the arrival of greater blessings. Your task is not to control every detail, but to trust in the perfect unfolding of divine timing while maintaining the clarity of your intention. To practice this timeless wisdom of surrender, find a quiet space and close your eyes. Bring to mind something you deeply desire, yet feel attached to controlling. Visualize this desire as a glowing light in your hands. Now, imagine lifting your hands toward the heavens, releasing this light to the universe. Speak these words. I release my attachment to how this desire manifests. I trust in the perfect unfolding of divine timing. I remain clear in my intention while surrendering control. I am open to receiving in ways that serve my highest good. Feel the lightness that comes with release. Notice how surrender creates space for magic to enter. Chapter 25. Cultivating Inner Silence. In the highest peaks of an ancient mountain range, a monk spent his days tending a small temple. While others sought wisdom through endless activity, he discovered that true power emerged in moments of complete stillness. Each morning, as dawn painted the sky, he would sit motionless, allowing his mind to settle like clear water in a pond. Through stillness, you access the deepest chambers of your mind's potential. When the endless chatter of thoughts subsides, a gateway opens to the infinite wisdom that has always resided within you. This sacred silence is not merely the absence of noise, but a living presence that connects you to the creative force of the universe. In the depths of silence, your thoughts gain clarity and power. Like a lake that perfectly reflects the moon, only when its surface is undisturbed, your mind reveals truth most clearly in states of inner quiet. This stillness becomes the foundation from which all genuine manifestation springs forth. Yet the modern world pulls you constantly toward movement and noise. Your natural state of inner peace becomes clouded by the ceaseless stream of thoughts, worries, and distractions. To reclaim your creative power, you must first reclaim the art of stillness. In a bustling marketplace lived a merchant whose mind never knew rest. Day and night, his thoughts raced with calculations and concerns. Despite his endless activity, true prosperity eluded him. His turning point came when illness forced him to retreat to a quiet monastery. There, in the embrace of silence, he discovered that all his striving had only served to drown out the whispers of wisdom within. As he learned to quiet his mind, solutions to his problems emerged effortlessly, and abundance began to flow naturally into his life. This merchant's journey mirrors your own relationship with inner silence. The answers you seek already exist within you, waiting to be revealed in moments of true stillness. When you cease the constant doing and allow yourself to simply be, you align with the natural flow of universal energy. To access this transformative power of stillness, create a daily practice of sacred silence. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Settle into a comfortable position and gently close your eyes. Allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. As thoughts arise, observe them without attachment, letting them pass like clouds in the sky. Remain in this silence for 20 minutes, allowing your mind to settle into deeper states of quiet. With practice, you will discover that this stillness becomes a source of clarity, creativity, and connection to universal wisdom. In these moments of pure presence, the truth of your creative power reveals itself. Chapter 26, Paradoxes of Manifestation. In a distant mountain temple, a sage taught a peculiar lesson. As seekers journeyed from afar to learn the secrets of manifestation, they found him tending 2 gardens. One garden he cultivated with intense dedication, nurturing each plant with focused intention. The other he simply blessed and left to grow wild, accepting whatever emerged. When asked which garden represented the true path to manifestation, he would smile and say, "Both." You stand now at the threshold of a profound truth, the dance between desire and detachment. Like the breath that both fills and empties your lungs, manifestation requires both the power to want and the wisdom to let go. This seeming contradiction holds the key to mastery over creation. Your desires serve as the seeds of manifestation, giving direction and energy to universal forces. Yet attachment to these desires can strangle their very growth. Think of how a flower cannot bloom if you constantly pull at its stem, trying to force it open. In the heart of an ancient forest lived a traveler who sought the greatest treasures of life. For years he grasped desperately at every opportunity, clutching his desires so tightly they slipped through his fingers like sand. One day he encountered a mysterious bird that would land on his shoulder only when he ceased trying to catch it. In that moment, he understood. True abundance comes when you hold your desires gently, like water in open palms. This traveler's revelation mirrors the paradox you must embrace. When you learn to desire without demanding, to dream without desperately needing, you align with the natural flow of universal energy. This balance creates a magnetic force that draws manifestations to you effortlessly. To master this delicate balance, practice this ancient exercise of conscious desire and release. Choose one significant desire in your life. Spend several minutes fully embracing this desire. Feel its intensity, its importance, its potential. Then gradually shift your awareness, to completely releasing this desire to the universe. Notice how you can hold both states simultaneously, the power of wanting and the peace of letting go. Practice this daily, observing how your relationship with manifestation transforms. Chapter 27, Shattering the Veil of Illusions. In a forgotten valley, there lived a young seeker who wandered through life feeling that something essential eluded his grasp. One night, a mysterious elder appeared at his door, offering him a pair of ancient spectacles. "These will reveal what your eyes have refused to see," the elder whispered. When the seeker placed them upon his face, the world transformed. What he had perceived as obstacles became opportunities, and what he thought were limitations revealed themselves as doorways to infinite possibility. You possess this same power of perception, though you may not yet realize it. The lens through which you view your world shapes every experience, every outcome, every manifestation. Like the seeker with his magical spectacles, you too can learn to see beyond the veil of illusion. Your mind creates intricate patterns of belief, weaving them into what appears to be solid reality. Yet these beliefs are but shadows cast upon the wall of existence, waiting to be recognized for what they truly are. Each time you declare "I cannot" or "it is impossible," you forge another link in the chain of limitation that binds your potential. In a distant kingdom, a leader inherited a land where people believed themselves cursed to eternal poverty. Generation after generation accepted this as unchangeable truth, until this leader began questioning every inherited belief. As he helped his people see through their false perceptions, their reality transformed. Fields once thought barren burst forth with crops, and minds once clouded with doubt sparked with creativity. This tale mirrors your own journey. The beliefs you hold about yourself, about what is possible, about your place in the universe, these are not carved in stone. They are but thoughts repeated until they appeared solid, yet like morning mist before the rising sun, they dissolve when exposed to the light of awareness. Now immerse yourself in this sacred practice passed down through ages. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Close your eyes and bring to mind a limitation you believe to be true about yourself or your life. Feel its weight, its seeming solidity. Now, imagine you possess those ancient spectacles that reveal hidden truth. Put them on in your mind's eye and look again at this belief. Ask yourself, is this truly an immutable law of the universe? Or is it merely a thought I have empowered through repetition? Write down each limiting belief as it surfaces. Examine each one through these lenses of truth. Question its origin, its purpose, its validity. Then write beside it what might be possible if this belief did not exist. Continue this practice daily, allowing the light of awareness to dissolve the illusions that have held you bound. Chapter 28, Living Beyond Limits. In the heart of an ancient forest dwelt a magnificent bird, its feathers shimmering with colors unseen by mortal eyes. Though born to soar through endless skies, this bird remained perched upon a single branch, never venturing beyond an invisible boundary it had accepted as real. Day after day it watched other birds glide freely through the air, believing itself somehow different, somehow bound. One morning, as golden sunlight filtered through the leaves, the bird witnessed a falling leaf dance upon the wind. In that moment, a profound truth stirred within its heart. The cage that had held it was nothing more than thought made manifest. With this realization, the bird spread its wings and launched into flight, discovering that the boundaries it had lived within existed only in its mind. You, like this bird, possess wings of infinite potential. Yet how often do you remain perched upon the branch of limitation, accepting invisible barriers as unchangeable reality? The universe knows no bounds save those you choose to believe in. Every constraint you perceive exists first as a thought, then solidifies through your acceptance of it as truth. Within the halls of a great library there lived a scholar who had spent decades studying the laws of what was possible. He filled countless scrolls with carefully reasoned explanations of why certain achievements lay beyond human reach. One day, while writing yet another treatise on limitation, he observed a child outside his window accomplish what his theories claimed impossible. In that instant, the illusion shattered. All his learned limitations revealed themselves as elaborate stories he had chosen to believe. The boundaries you perceive, in wealth, in health, in relationships, in achievement, are like lines drawn in sand. They appear solid only because you have granted them the power of your belief. Yet just as waves wash away marks in the sand, your awareness can dissolve these self-imposed limits. The time has come to embrace your boundless nature through this transformative practice. Take 3 deep breaths and center yourself in stillness. Upon a blank page, write down every limitation you believe holds true for your life. Be thorough. List each boundary, each "I can't," each impossible that shapes your current reality. Now, one by one, examine these limitations. For each constraint you've written, ask yourself, what if this boundary didn't exist? What experiences would become possible? What dreams would suddenly lie within reach? Write down these possibilities beside each limitation. Let your mind expand into these new possibilities. Feel the exhilaration of the bird's first flight beyond its invisible cage. Allow yourself to experience, even for a moment, the freedom of living without these self-imposed boundaries. Practice this contemplation daily, watching as the walls of limitation begin to dissolve in the light of your expanding awareness. Chapter 29. Living as a Conscious Creator. In a valley between ancient mountains there lived a weaver whose loom held powers beyond ordinary sight. Each thread he wove carried the essence of his thoughts. Each pattern emerged from the depths of his consciousness. Those who acquired his tapestries found their lives transformed, for woven within were not merely colors and designs, but the very fabric of creation itself. As this weaver worked, he discovered that his clearest intentions produced the most vibrant patterns, while scattered thoughts led to tangled threads. Through years of practice, he learned to approach his loom as a sacred space where reality itself took form beneath his fingers. You possess this same creative power in every moment. Each thought you hold, each word you speak, each action you take weaves the tapestry of your experience. The universe responds not to what you occasionally desire, but to who you consistently are. The art of conscious creation requires more than mere wishing. It demands the sustained embodiment of your creative nature. Your thoughts and intentions must flow not from habit or reaction, but from deliberate choice. Every moment offers an opportunity to weave new patterns into the fabric of your reality. In a distant mountain monastery, a sage taught this wisdom to all who sought his guidance. Rather than offering complex rituals or elaborate ceremonies, he showed his students how to transform ordinary moments into acts of conscious creation. Under his guidance, they learned to approach each day as artists approach a blank canvas, with clear intention and focused awareness. One student asked, "Master, how can we maintain such awareness throughout our busy days?" The sage replied by demonstrating how he poured tea, with complete presence, clear intention, and graceful purpose. "When you pour tea, he said. "When you walk, walk. When you create, create. Let each action arise from conscious choice, rather than unconscious habit. His students discovered that as they practiced this way of living, their lives began to reflect their intentions with increasing clarity. They became living examples of the truth that reality shapes itself around the consciousness we bring to each moment. Through their example, you can understand that conscious creation is not reserved for special occasions or formal practices. It is a way of living, a moment-by-moment choice to remain aware of your creative power. Now embrace this ancient practice of conscious creation. As you prepare for sleep each night, take time to design the following day with clear intention. Write down specific intentions for key moments and activities. Rather than simply listing tasks, envision how you wish to show up in each situation. How will you embody your creative power during your morning routine? What energy will you bring to your interactions? What outcomes do you intend to create? And upon waking, review these intentions. Carry them with you throughout the day, letting each action arise from conscious choice rather than automatic response. Notice how reality begins to align with your intentional presence. Chapter 30. Embracing Infinite Creation. In the heart of an ancient mountain there flowed a wellspring whose waters had no beginning and no end. Those who discovered this sacred pool spoke of its mysterious nature. No matter how much was drawn from it, the waters remained endless, pure and ever-flowing. Each droplet contained within it the power to nurture new life, to transform barren lands into gardens of abundance. You, like this eternal wellspring, possess a creative force that knows no bounds. Your capacity to manifest and create is not a finite resource to be carefully rationed, but an infinite flow that replenishes itself through the very act of creation. Each manifestation opens the door to greater possibilities. Each achievement becomes the foundation for new aspirations. The universe itself exists in a state of perpetual expansion, continuously unfolding new realities from the infinite field of potential. Your role in this cosmic dance is not to reach a final destination, but to participate in the endless flow of creation. Along the Silk Road of old, a traveler named Ibrahim walked from city to city, discovering that each step he took created ripples of change in the world around him. As he crossed vast deserts and winding mountain paths, he noticed that his journey was not merely taking him from one place to another. It was creating new worlds with every choice, every interaction, every moment of awareness. One evening, as Ibrahim rested beneath a starlit sky, he realized that his destination was not a place but a state of being, the continuous act of creation itself. His footsteps had carved new paths where none existed before. His presence had sparked transformations in the lives he touched, and his journey had no true end, only eternal beginnings. Now engage in this sacred practice. Find a quiet space where you can reflect undisturbed. Close your eyes and envision your life as an infinite journey of creation. See each choice you make, each thought you hold, as a seed planted in the fertile soil of unlimited potential. Notice how each manifestation leads naturally to the next, like a river flowing endlessly toward new horizons. In your mind's eye, follow the thread of your creative power as it extends into the future. Rather than focusing on final outcomes, embrace the continuous nature of creation. What new possibilities emerge from each achievement? How does each manifestation open doors to greater expressions of your potential? Write down the insights that arise from this visualization. Let your awareness expand beyond the limits of what you previously thought possible, recognizing that each end is merely a new beginning in the infinite dance of creation. Conclusion. Through these pages you have walked an ancient path of wisdom, uncovering truths that have existed since the dawn of consciousness. Like countless seekers before you, You have discovered that within your mind lies the power to shape reality itself. Yet this revelation marks not an ending, but a gateway to even greater mysteries. The knowledge you now hold is a living force meant to grow and evolve through your experience. Each practice, each insight, each moment of awareness plants seeds that will continue to bloom throughout your life's journey. The principles you have learned are not mere concepts to be understood, but living wisdom to be embodied and expressed through your daily existence. Remember the eternal wellspring within you, that infinite source of creative power that flows through your thoughts, feelings, and intentions. As you continue forward, let each day become an opportunity to deepen your connection with this divine current of creation. Your understanding will naturally expand as you apply these teachings in new ways, discovering fresh aspects of your infinite potential. The universe responds not to what you know, but to what you embody. Let these teachings settle into your being like rain soaking into fertile soil. Allow them to transform not just your thoughts, but your very way of being in the world. Your journey of conscious creation unfolds naturally, each step revealing new dimensions of possibility. The ancient sages understood that true wisdom cannot be contained within pages or words alone. It must be lived, experienced, and expressed through the unique vessel of your life. As you move forward, trust that your inner guidance will lead you to ever deeper levels of understanding and manifestation. This exploration of consciousness and creation has no final destination. Each breakthrough reveals new horizons. Each achievement opens doors to greater expressions of your potential. The power you have discovered within yourself will continue to expand as you nurture it with attention and practice. Your role as a conscious creator is not a title to be achieved, but an eternal dance of discovery and expression. Let your awareness remain open to the subtle guidance that surrounds you, knowing that every experience offers an opportunity to refine your creative power. The universe awaits your continued unfolding. Through your focused intention, through your aligned action, through your unwavering faith in the power within, you participate in the eternal act of creation. This is your birthright, to shape reality through the infinite potential of your mind, to manifest worlds through the power of your consciousness. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.